If you want to modernize the front end of your 2014 to 2021 Tundra with a premium set of headlights, these Morimoto Gen 2 XP LED headlights with the black housing and the clear lens will be a great set to look into. Now these are going to be an awesome option for anybody out there who's just not happy with their factory lighting, whether it's dated as far as the appearance is concerned or even when it comes to the lighting performance or lack thereof. Now this set will be the complete opposite, offering you the confidence to drive at night with bright and clear visibility while integrating modernized styling into your build. These headlights will make all the difference, featuring multiple projectors with Osram LEDs that will offer a huge upgrade from factory for a cleaner and more precise beam pattern to make driving at night a lot easier. This set will also have an LED daytime running light bordering the headlight with an amber sequential turn signal to make other drivers more aware that you're there, and of course to add that updated styling. Now speaking of that, these will also restyle the amber lighting on the side and integrate a sleek black housing to bring more of that aggressive appeal to the table. Getting into the construction, these will include a UV-coated clear polycarbonate lens, which is going to be impact resistant and fade resistant, offering longevity out of the appearance and the structure. Now that's especially going to be helpful for any off-road adventures that you're taking with your Tundra, and they will be weather sealed to make sure that nothing's going to get in and fog up the lens or harm the LEDs inside. The housing will be made of an ABS plastic material, which will be durable and offer OE fitment, and the rest of the kit will be pretty much plug and play. But I would like to mention, if you do have the OEM halogen DRL, that you will need Morimoto's non-DRL conversion relay, and you can find that right here on our site. Overall, these are going to have a solid build and great quality, and will come with a premium price point to match that at roughly $1,600. Now with this set, you are going to get outstanding lighting performance with the projector lenses, and you're also going to get a crisp and clear daytime running light that's going to have that sequential feature to it. Not to mention, the sequential feature in this kit will set it apart from other choices that may not even have a daytime running light in the headlight. So again, I think if you're willing to pay the extra couple bucks for an outstanding set of headlights that are really going to last the long run when it comes to the efficiency of the LED and the durability of the construction, then these are going to be a great option. Install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about an hour to get these installed with some basic hand tools. Now at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get these onto your Tundra at home. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, a 10mm socket, clip removal tool, and a fuse puller or needle nose pliers if you don't have one. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing a new set of headlights on our Tundra, so let's get started. So now to get started, we've got our hood popped, and our first step is going to be to remove our grille. So to do that, we've got these 2 plastic clips on either side that we'll take out with our clip removal tool, and then 4 10mm bolts that we'll remove with our 10mm socket on our ratchet. So we'll go ahead and take our clip removal tool and pop our plastic push pins out. And you have one on the driver's side as well as the same spot on the passenger side. Go ahead and pop our other one out here. Now we'll go ahead and grab our 10mm socket and ratchet and remove our 4 bolts here at the top of our grille. And we'll set those aside. Now that we have all of our hardware out, we can go ahead and pull our grille out. So you may need to pull up just a hair to get it over its threaded inserts. And we'll go ahead and give a tug. And then once you have it separated from its clips here, you may have a plug on the back side of the grille, which will show you that you need to disconnect to fully remove your grille. So we'll go ahead and grab our connector here and push in on our release. Go ahead and unplug that. And we can go ahead and set our grille aside. So next we can go ahead and remove our lower trim panels here, and we'll go ahead and take our clip removal tool and remove our plastic push pins here. Pop these out. And once you pop those out, you can go ahead and just pop those off and set these aside. And then you can go ahead and repeat this process for your other side. So now we can go ahead and remove our 3 mounting screws holding our headlight in place using our 10mm socket on our ratchet. And we have 2 up top here and then 1 down on the outside. So we'll go ahead and get these 2 off first. We'll set those aside, and then we'll come around to our bottom screw. Now we'll go ahead and remove this mounting screw. Set that one aside. Then we can go ahead and get our headlight out of its housing position. So now we'll get our headlight out of its position here, and to do that, sometimes you'll have to grab onto these mounting tabs here and kind of pull up on them to get them over the threaded inserts where their screws go. And then it should just pop right out forward like that. And we'll go ahead and pull it out, and we'll start disconnecting all of our connectors. So we'll go ahead and pop our connectors off by just pushing down on our release tabs. Some of them are a little stuck, but should just come right out. Now, this black one can be a little bit of a pain. There we go. So now once you have your headlight out on this side, you can go ahead and repeat the same process for your other side. So now that we've got our headlights out, we need to install our harness into our fuse panel here for some additional functions of our new headlights. So we've got the top of our fuse panel pulled, and for our installation, we're gonna put in our provided fuse tap here into this 10 amp fuse next to our last blue relay here and our 2 other white fuses here. So we're gonna grab our provided fuse puller in our fuse panel. Now, if you don't have a fuse puller, you can use needle nose pliers. Those work just as well. So we'll go ahead and pop our 10 amp fuse out here. And in its place, we're gonna install our fuse tap. Pop that down into position. And then we can go ahead and reinstall our cover for our fuse panel. Now, this may be a little bit tighter, obviously, with the wiring added to it. And if you did wish to do so, you could cut a little notch out for the wiring, but it will fit as it sits. So now we can route our plugs for each headlight. And so we're gonna put our driver's side one right here, wrap it around our battery so we can have access to it. And then for our passenger side plug, for demonstration purposes, we're just gonna run our wiring here and tuck it into this foam padding in front of the radiator. Now, when you're doing this at home, you can feel free to make it your own, do it as you wish, you know, however you want to tuck it out of the way. Just make sure you keep it out of the way of any spinning or very hot parts to prevent any damage to your harness or anything else. So now we're ready to begin plugging in our new headlights, and because our truck specifically has factory LEDs, we are required to get this conversion harness that does not come with these headlights, but it is sold separately. So if yours has factory LEDs, you will also need this to install these headlights. So we'll go ahead and plug our adapter harness in and just match up our plugs here. So we'll get all our connectors to our adapter harness plugged in for our headlights. Just find which ones match up. And you want to hear that nice confirmation click so that you know they're fully seated. So we have those 2 in place. Now this is just a ballast. And then we'll go ahead, grab our factory side harness here and start plugging in all of our connectors. And we'll take our big one here. Get that click. That's what you want to hear. And this connector in. And after you've double checked you've got all of those in, you can plug our add-on harness in here. Make sure that clicks. Now, as far as this plug here that is just routed inside the headlight and comes out and is plugged into itself, this is the feature for either sequential or solid turn signals. So if you were to unplug this, this is the sequential mode. If you plug it in, it is the solid state mode, so your light will just turn on and off as a normal turn signal. And unplugged is the sequential, where it will be seen in our demonstration. So we're gonna leave it unplugged now for our sequential mode. And we've got everything else plugged in, so it's time to get our headlight in place. So now we can go ahead and get our headlight into place. Now you have added a lot of wiring here, so just make sure nothing is gonna get pinched as you set your headlight back into place. And you have to get this bottom dowel here around that cover. Just move your wiring into a safe spot. And make sure your headlights get seated where all their mounting locations are in the right spot. So now that we have our headlight in place, we can go ahead and reinstall our factory 10mm mounting screws, again with our 10mm socket on our ratchet. So we'll get our two top ones in place first here. And remember, you are screwing these into plastic inserts, so you don't have to go crazy with your tightening. Get them nice and snug, then we'll go ahead and reinstall our side one here. We'll go ahead and get our side mounting screw in place here. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our outer trim panel here. We'll just line that back up, get it popped into its clips on the side here. Then we'll reinstall our plastic push pins. Then once you have this process complete on this side, you can go ahead and repeat the same steps for your other headlight before reinstalling your grille. Now that we have our headlights in, we can go ahead and get our grille reinstalled. So we'll start by plugging our collision avoidance sensor back in. It's easier to do it while you have the grille upside down like this. And once you plug that in, go ahead and flip it back over. And get all of our clips lined up here. And give our bottom a good push. Get all those clips back into position. And then we can reinstall our plastic clips up top and along with our 4 10mm screws. Go ahead and get our clips in on each side. Then we can go ahead and reinstall our 4 10mm screws up top. And again, we're using our 10mm socket on our ratchet to do so. That'll do it. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Morimoto Gen 2 XB LED projector headlights with black housings and clear lenses for your 2014 to 21 Tundra. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Tundra, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.